Hello, all you beautiful people, and thank you for joining me in another episode of our Alpha 20 experience. Today we're on day 9. First thing I did last night before I got off, I was telling you guys about getting a workbench and a cement mixer. So I went ahead and did that. Got the workbench here, got 2 cement mixers, and I also farmed some of the iron that we have right outside our base here. I added some torches just to make sure the place was lit up. And I think in this episode we're going to do one more quest from the trader, and then we're going to start working on upgrading our base a little bit more before Horde Night tomorrow. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with the upgrades because the trader doesn't open until 6. We're going to go ahead and get started with the upgrades, and what I like to do is build a secondary wall around the part of the base. So we need something I've been looking for. Never remember where we put these things. Pretty sure it was supposed to be over here. Oh, here we go. We just missed it. So all we need are the frames again. We got a decent amount of wood. We should be okay with that. So all we're going to do is go ahead and add a second layer to the outside of our base here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, speed it up a little bit, and I'll see you guys when we get done. Alright, so the trader's about to be open. He opens at 6:05 roughly. And we're going to go ahead and start working on our quest, because we can always do this later on in the night. We can finish upgrading tonight. We also have tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and grab the quest. I think we're almost close to our 10th one, and we should unlock tier 3 at that point.
Meds, drugs, booze. I've got it all.
I'm going to try to pick one that's a little bit further. Definitely not that one. That's way too far. As much as I want to try the restore power one, 3 kilometers is quite a long distance. That's even further than the trader that we found. So definitely not going to do that today. Let's go for the one that's 335 here. I just don't want to grab this fetch because I feel like that's the one that we already did. So I don't want to keep doing the same quest.
Oh, this is a dangerous one. Try not to get radiated.
So let's go ahead, grab our bike, and we'll head over to our rally point. Alright, so unfortunately we've been here before, and I don't want to do the same POIs. So I'm going to end up running back to the trader and picking up another quest. But with that being said, we'll go ahead and show you how to drop a quest. So you just go up to your quest tab, click on the quest, and then there's this remove quest. Now it should remove your quest for you. So I'm going to run back to the trader quick, pick one that we haven't done, and I'll see you there.
If you are here to buy,
Here we are back at the trader. We're going to go ahead and grab the one that's a little bit further now, the 436. Just because I feel like we've been picking the ones that were closer. So 436 is decently far. I feel like we have a better chance of it not being one that we've done. So let's go ahead and head there. Alright, here we are at a different POI. It looks like a Shamway Foods. And I feel like we've actually... No, definitely haven't done this one, so we're gonna go ahead and do this one. The zombie over there, but she shouldn't come and get us. Alright, we got zombies already. Oh shit. Surely it's noob day for us today. Already getting beat up. Alright, 4 zombies down. I'm sure there's plenty more in this POI, but let's keep it moving. Really? It's gonna be one of those days. Really weird place to have a vault door, but go ahead and loot everything. And I'm sure we have to go upstairs. Sounds like we have a zombie outside. Sounds like we got a big boy out there. Continue on. Take that. Trying to surprise me. Got him. So I was going to say, if you have a wrench, you could take this apart. It gives you some pretty good materials. Also, there's like weight sets. They also give you forged steel, so keep that in mind if you're taking things apart. Exercise equipment's also very nice if you take apart. So we're clearly going this way. With all these zombies around, I want to keep making sure the door is closed behind me, just so they can't really surprise me with a sneak attack. They don't just show up behind me and start beating on me. I feel like there's a bunch on the roof right now. Oh, there's the loot. Got our quest item. I hear lots of zombies, but I do not see any of them. We're gonna head upstairs. Feral. That's a big boy. I'm definitely shooting him. Alright, so definitely a lot easier with the firearm. As I mentioned, I feel like the game gets a little bit funner and more entertaining as the further you get. The first few days can be a little bit dragging, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, it can still be fun, depending on how you play. But, you know, walking around with a melee weapon all the time can get pretty dull. Plenty of loot. Tier 6 scrap armor. Now, I would not scrap your level 5 here. What I would do, you got 184 for where it's at now. But if you take a quick peek, go ahead and repair it, you'll see that the price drastically increases, almost doubled from where it was, half durability. And then on top of that, remember we were talking about saving your mods? We go ahead and put one of those mods in that we saved that we weren't going to use, and we should have an even bigger price increase. That's interesting. I hear so many zombies, like it sounds terrible. Oh, they broke in. I'm almost scared to jump down there because I don't know if I'm gonna run into them. Oh, they're definitely right there. Definitely gonna need ammo after we get back to the house. Alright, we're gonna leave those zombies doing their thing. We got the main loot, we got the quest item. We're gonna head back to the trader. And grab some more ammo. So I'll see you guys back at the trader, and we'll go from there. Alright, we're back at the trader. So one thing I want to mention before we talk to the trader. So I've been leaving these sped up clips in my videos for a while now. And I feel like it adds to the authenticity. So it's kind of like, you know that I'm actually going from point A to point B and so on and so forth. But the people that are actually watching I would like you to let me know if you prefer like a transition. Would you rather me cut that whole part out, or do you like watching the sped up versions, or do you not have a preference? Yeah, if you could, just let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Personally, I feel like the sped up video of me riding from point A to point B kind of adds to the immersion a little bit, so you know that I'm actually going from point A to point B instead of like just clipping from one building to the next. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll try to work on it.
What are you buying today? Here's your pay for a job well done.
So we're not using sledgehammers. We don't really need vitamins, so I'm gonna take the pistol. Got a pretty good sell price. I probably won't use the pistol. If anything, I'm probably gonna attach a mod to it. And that was our 10th quest right there, so. But yeah, I'll probably attach a mod to this and sell it back to her. Alright, so she offers 500 cobblestone, which we're not going to use. We have plenty of cobblestone. A mining helmet bundle. As much as I'd prefer to use the helmet light mod, I don't feel like it's that great, so. Got cloth armor bonus bundle, which cloth armor isn't that great. If it was leather, I might think about taking it. We got 50 forged iron, which is good. It's not bad. But we're at a point that we're making a pretty decent amount of forged iron. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the 50 lockpicks. As you can see, they're pretty expensive. It kind of looks like they decreased the price a little bit, because they used to be like 300 for like 5 of them. 300 dukes. But as you can see, even compared to the forged iron here, it's almost 10 times the price. So. And lockpicks are always useful, especially when you're trying to open up locked boxes and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and take the lockpicks. But that also means that is our 10th tier 2 quest, which means that we should have tier 3 as soon as we go to this trader. So we have to go to this trader at some point.
Oh, this is the best way.
We'll probably save that for after our Horde Night. So with that being said, we finished tier 2 all 10 quests. I knew it was coming up, I just didn't know it was going to be that quest specifically. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and finish up some of our upgrades on our base. Now I am still going to leave the sped up versions of me building, just because I want people to be able to say you're watching it on YouTube. You can actually slow down the speed time when you're watching a video on YouTube, so you can actually see what I'm doing as I'm doing it, if that's something you're interested in doing. So you can actually mirror my build if you'd like. But for the travel, when I'm going back and forth from A to B, that's the one I'm asking about. Do you want me to leave those in? Do you want me to cut them out? Do you want me to add a transition? So it looks like I slowly transferred from A to B, or just let me know what you think. If you have no preference, I don't want to know that too, so. I'd greatly appreciate some feedback. But I'm going to go ahead and add a second layer to our wall. I'm going to do all the way around, including the hallway. And we're going to speed this up a little bit. One quick thing I want to mention before we continue along with our build here. I'm going to go ahead and start crafting some cement beforehand, because it takes some time before you be able to craft it. So you want to be able to have that started and ready to go kind of before you need it. So we need plenty of stone. We're going to grab all 6,000 here. You're going to need some of your cement mix or powder here. And we can drop off this other stuff. Drop off that. Drop off that. Alright, so let's go ahead to the cement mixer. And in order to make concrete mix or cement mix, you need crushed sand, small stone, and cement. So you need one of each of those to create one concrete mix, which isn't too hard to do because you can easily make sand here out of your stone. So you can go ahead and do 2,000, right? So you got your sand getting crafted, and then once you have all three, you can make your cement mix. And we have roughly 2,000 cement there, so we have to wait a little bit for the sand to get done, and then we'll have about 2,000 concrete mix. But it takes, I think it takes 10 or 20 per upgrade, so it's not like you're making a lot. I mean, you are making a lot, but it gets used fairly quickly as well. So we'll go ahead, start upgrading our base again. We could have easily done this yesterday, but like I said yet in the last episode, we're ahead of the game. So I think I said yesterday, but we could have done this tomorrow on day 10, but we're ahead of the ball game here. So I'm trying to get this all done, and then maybe tomorrow we can do a looting episode and have everything ready for our horde night. And before we get too far into our upgrades here, I want to mention why I'm doing a second layer of cobblestone. So the reason you do 2 layers is because, as I've mentioned previously, zombies take the path of least resistance. So if you have 2 layers of walls, and their health adds up to be about 3,000, alright? But our hatches here are 750. You can go ahead and upgrade your hatches now to just under 3,000 or even 1,500, and they should still go straight for your hatches and try to break the hatches open instead of trying to burst through 2 layers of concrete here, cobblestone, sorry, not concrete. So that's why we're going to go ahead and make 2 layers of cobblestone. And if we get enough concrete, I'll probably even do 1 layer of concrete before day 10. But yeah, I wanted to mention why I was doing it. So we're going to go ahead and finish our upgrades, and we should be extremely well prepared for day 10. Alright, so I ran out of some cobblestone, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some more clay out of our box here, and we're going to go ahead and craft some more cobblestone. So we have plenty, so we're going to go ahead and try to craft 2,000. Takes 2,000 stone and clay soil to craft it. We gotta wait a little bit for all those to get crafted. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade the rest to wood until then. Actually, we're running out of wood too, so we'll probably have to farm for some wood. So let's actually go farm for some wood quick, and then we'll come back to building. Alright, we broke our fire axe. And I don't want to cancel our cobblestone, so we're going to go ahead and stop farming wood for now. We are going to repair the fire axe, but by then we should have the rest of the base upgraded. So one more thing that we should do before we get back to the base and start building, and that is plant some trees. So as you can see, trees are getting further and further away from our base because we keep killing them without replanting them. And before we get too much further, we should definitely start planting some. So all you have to do is equip the little pine seed and or oak seed, look at the ground, and then right click. So you plant them, and then I don't know the exact time frame, it might be random, but it's roughly 3 or 4 days before you have a tree that's worth harvesting. If you leave them there for like 7, I think you'll get the max amount of trees, or the max amount of wood from your trees. So just keep that in mind. So you don't have to place them in a straight line or anything like that. They can be healed up or grouped up fairly close together. I don't know if there's any stipulation of how close you can have them. There might be. I just never planted them close enough to each other to experiment with that. So plant as many as you can. I think I planted a little bit more than 20, but plant as many as you can. I'm pretty sure I have some more seeds at the house. And yeah, so all you gotta do is plant trees. You wait a couple days and there'll be another forest out here ready for you to farm again. So we made a bunch of cobblestone, we got a bunch of wood, we should be ready for upgrades again. Let me drop off these seeds. This up. Let me show you what I was talking about with the mods. So I'm not going to use this insulator mod. Let's see, we can probably put the long barrel or the full auto mod on the pistol. We could definitely put the laser sight. And let's put the full auto mod. I think it has 2. So you go ahead and hit modify. And you can see it's worth $361 right now. If I place this in here, it jumps up to $577. Now the mod itself, it's only worth $77. So even if I just put this in here, it jumps up to $577, which is almost a $250 increase. No, it's about $210 increase. So you can see that you're gaining about 3 times the amount of money you would have just for selling the mod by itself. Or, for example, this one's worth $63. Go back to the pistol. It's only worth $577 right now. So theoretically, if you're only combining the cost or the sell price, this should only get 63, which would be 640. So if you go ahead and put this on, you see it jumps all the way up to almost 800. So this is why I save my mods. You make sure your item that you're selling is fully repaired and modded out, you'll gain almost 3 times the price. Because you could tell this originally started around 377 or 360. It's almost worth 800 now. So it's about a 2.5% or 2.5 times increase. That's just for a level 3. I think it's even more the higher the level. So if this was a level 4, you'd gain even more sell price per mod. Go ahead and hit complete. So, for example, it's tier 5, 340, modify. Jumps all the way up to 740. So we got $400 just from this mod. And this mod by itself is only worth 16. So you're getting a $380 some profit just by putting this mod on here instead of trying to sell the mod to the vendor. Alright, so let's go back to our upgrades. We have plenty of stuff to sell now. We'll do that after we're done here. Alright, so we're shy on cobblestone. We're still crafting. We're about 1,000 away from crafting all the ones that we originally wanted to craft. So we have some downtime, so I'm going to go ahead and sell both of these to the trader. And I'll come back. We're going to swap out the sand and start making some of that concrete. And then we'll continue with our upgrades. Here we are.
Another stranger in need.
You can see that it still sells for $7.94.
It's too bad.
So before we do that, you go into your skill points. You go into intellect here, and you got better barter. Every point you put in better barter will increase your buying and sell percentage. So if you see salesman right here, it gets you a 10% better deal buying and selling with traders. So if I go ahead and click this, right, remember our pistol was $7.94. Go ahead and talk to her again. Pistol is now $832. So you can see how compounding all these separate things could drastically increase how much you sell something for. And if this was a level 6 pistol, it'd be well into 2,000 sell price for sure. So keep that in mind, especially later on in the game. It's not super important early game, but if you start getting level or tier 4 or 5 or 6 weapons or armor, you should definitely repair it, put a mod on it, and then sell it if you're going to sell it either way. Gives you so much more money. And you can see the legs here sell for $7.84. We're going to go ahead and see what we can buy. Doesn't look like much there. We're going to go ahead and buy the structural brace mod. It's a little expensive when you buy mods. I wouldn't recommend buying a mod just to sell it. But even if you did decide to do that, you could see the insulator liner mod. You remember if we had one on us, it was worth 16. Or for example, we bought this one for 600, it's only worth 47. When it's cheap, like the 213, that could be beneficial if you're putting it on a tier 5 or 6. It will not be beneficial if you put it on anything lower than that, because you'll be losing money at that point. But if you remember, we put that on the leg armor, it gave us an extra $400. So we'd actually make $200 profit if you decided to buy this mod, put it on the tier 5 legs, and then sell the legs back to the trader.
Thanks for the business.
So you can make money doing either or if you don't have mods, but you definitely make more money if you already have the mod and just equipped it that way. We're going to go ahead and start our concrete mix. We got the sand, we have the stone, and we have the cement. So now all you got to do, go ahead. We have 2 cement mixers, so we're going to split it up. You can see that 1,000 concrete mix takes about a half hour. So we're going to go ahead and mix 1,000 in here and 1,000 in here. Now when you're running both of these, you're more likely to run into a screamer. They can appear during the day or at night, but keep an eye out. If you start hearing them, they make a pretty good amount of noise. So if you hear them, or if you hear them beating on your base, try to sneak up or sneak around your base. And if they're at the hatch, you can literally just one-shot them as long as you're sneaking. If you don't one-shot them, or if you don't kill them quickly enough, it will spawn a horde in. Granted, it's a small one, but yeah, go ahead and try to avoid that if you can. If you want to kill them and you want the experience, then by all means, go ahead and do that. But if you're not looking forward to the extra excitement, make sure she dies fairly quickly. Definitely looking forward to seeing the Screamer. They upgraded her appearance, or updated her appearance, and she looks pretty gnarly from the pictures I've seen, so looking forward to seeing one of those in Alpha 20. So that is our base, fully upgraded to cobblestone. We have 2 layers now. As you can see, it's pretty beefy. And it's a fairly strong base now, so they shouldn't, for any reason, decide to attack the wall. Not saying it won't happen, sometimes they just hit the wall along their journey. Like, say if they start out over here, sometimes they'll smack the wall and continue towards the door. So you might have to still repair, but shouldn't be too big of a deal. And they should definitely be coming for your hatches now. So even with that being said, you could go ahead now and upgrade your hatches if you have the iron. We have about 3,000, so that should be plenty. So you can go ahead and type in iron hatch. Craft those. I would craft about 6 off the start. So you can put 3 on the bottom in the front and 3 on the top in the front. So that way that's your toughest part of the base. I'd still recommend keeping maybe your second one closed until you have the concrete around your base, because then they should definitely start worrying about the door once you have concrete up. Concrete, I think, has about, if I remember correctly, I think it's twice the amount of cobblestone, so it's either 2,500 health points or 5,000, or not 3,000. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure steel is 5,000. So yeah, with that being said, all I'm going to do now for the rest of the night is wait for that concrete to get made. Then we're going to go and upgrade the same level we would have for the cobblestone, which is the second layer here, where the zombies were more likely to hit. We'll do that as much as we can, and then we'll use the leftover where we can. But with that being said, it's the end of day 9, and thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for watching. I really hope to see you in the next video. Take care.